go down the drain. Overnight, they go bankrupt. And it will never happen at substitution. So the rising oil price will never create a substitution of other oil through other energy sources. As a result of it, we have to do it ourselves right now. And I have been in solar energy. I know I have manufactured. I had a house that over 90% of it was running with solar energy until Hurricane Andrew destroyed it. And today I have a water heating. It's running on solar system. So it can be done.
I have a question. I need to stop you here for a second. Many of us think and have been told that solar is expensive. If it is, how do we bring the cost down so that people can get it?
You see, first of all, you have to consider the cost of oil that you are paying at the gas station is not what you are paying. The fact is you have to take into consideration the wars which we are spending in Middle East, the cost of devaluation of dollar, the cost of unemployment, the cost of our soldiers who lost their precious life.
The cost of inflation.
Inflation, all these things, when you consider, solar will be like a breeze. Now, of course, if you or I or anybody else go to a next door a solar company and say, install a solar system for me, they will charge you enormous amount of money. But as a governor, let's say if I was a governor and I'm planning to do that, I would, the day after inauguration, I would order 500,000 solar system every year, and until we solarize Florida. We create a bank of the state of Florida. We provide 2% energy loan, and everybody who has a house, we ask them to put a solar system, and the monthly payment would be less than the saving derived from solar system, which they are paying towards electricity. It will be less. So they will lose nothing. They may end up putting $10, $20 a month in their pocket, and after 3-4 years, they own the solar system, and it will be generating energy for next 20-30 years unless a hurricane come and destroy it. Now, if you have a decentralized solar system as opposed to centralized means that people, there is a big, huge plant somewhere, and it's generating solar energy, and that is no good, because in case of hurricane, if it gets destroyed, we will lose the source of energy. But if it's decentralized, and that means your house has one, mine has, and everybody else's, in case 20,000 houses get hit by, let's say, a hurricane, 20 million other houses will be functioning the very next second after the hurricane is gone.
That's very smart. That's very smart. That's really whole systems right there. That thinking is whole systems.
Yeah, and then it creates jobs everywhere throughout the United States. Let's say in state of Florida with 500,000, we will be creating just in that very thing, without implementing any other areas of economy. We will be creating over 1 million new jobs within 3 years. We have calculated. And that is just, and we will be creating in every part of the state of Florida. And this is the way we should be going. As a result of it, we create jobs, income for people, and then we reduce the cost of their living. And that is where the zero-cost economy kicks in. Now, if any serious politician want to fight unemployment, they should implement the concept of zero-cost economy. That means that not only we reduce the recurring cost, we not only by reducing the cost of living, we will put the people in a position that they do not need to work as much as they used to do, because today the breadwinner of a family cannot support the family. Either he has to work 2 jobs or 3 jobs, or have more members of the family work in order to feed themselves. By reducing the cost of living, we could put the people in a position that do not need to work. Now that will free a lot of jobs right there. But at the same time, since we have to manufacture products like solar energy in order to cut the cost of the living of people, we will be creating additional jobs, over 1 million. In 3 years from now, if this plan is implemented, we have to export jobs from Florida, or we have to import people to Florida in order to keep up with the required labor.
Some people might, in their consciousness, say a zero-cost economy paradigm sounds like a socialistic thing. Is it?
It is not at all socialistic.
Talk about why it isn't, because I think some people may be nervous that markets won't have an opportunity to respond.
You see, in socialism, remember when I went to the University of Bremen, it was a Marxist university. And I wanted to know that view too. And in University of Hamburg, it was a very conservative university, and I learned that side also. So I understand both sides. In Marxism, in communism, in socialism, you don't own anything. Nothing. In capitalism, you own things, but there are costs attached to it. For instance, if you pay off for your house, still you have to pay for the property taxes. So if you don't pay, you don't own it. They take it away from you. In zero-cost economy, once you pay for the thing, whatever it is, there is no cost attached to it, whether it's your house, whether it's your car, whether it's your boat, whether it's your energy system. Once you pay off for it, you have no cost attached to it. So in reality, we are creating zero-cost economy, a system which is more like general capitalism. That means that everybody is living in a true capitalism. Everybody owns things without being cost attached to it. What we have today in America, it's an elite capitalism. Only few rich and super rich people owns everything. The rest of us, we are like a slave. You don't pay your mortgage, you are out of your house. You don't pay your car payment, they take it away from you. And even once you pay for all of these things, still the government is after you collecting the taxes and fees and everything else.
There's another part of this that's very much, I think, a part of your paradigm. In a zero-cost economy, you have the elimination of parasitic commercial activity. You have generative activity, but you eliminate the parasitic activity that is eating away at the potential of society.
Exactly. You are exactly correct. Because cost is the worst thing we are facing. What is destroying America is not Al-Qaeda, it's not terrorism, it's the cost. And people do not understand. When the bank, for instance, they charge you every time you make a turn, they charge you a fee here, a fee there, for late fees, for overdraft fees, for interest, for whatever it is. It is outrageous. People have fixed income. How can they pay that? If not all people are bad and not everybody is a crook. So a lot of people, they cannot pay because they do not have sufficient amount of money in order to pay. Now, if you extract more money from them, you suck the blood out of the vein of these poor people. So what you gain afterwards, they will fall apart, and the whole system will fall apart, and the banks cannot gain anything. Look at the housing market with the foreclosure situation. They go and foreclose homes for one thing, and then next thing it happens, you look at their credit scores. If somebody foreclose on a bank foreclose on somebody's home, he will get his credit rating score lowers 300 points. That means in this situation, this guy cannot buy anything.
He can't buy insurance. His insurance will skyrocket. If he applies for jobs, he will be suspect when employers look at the credit rating, which I can't even believe that employers have the right to look at anybody's credit rating. But I'll tell you something else that's very interesting. Mohammed Yunus of the Grameen Bank really demonstrated that the entire credit system is a farce.